Yeah.
Woo!
What's up?
How we doing?
Yeah, say it. No, say it right.
What we doing?
Hey, what we doing?
Hey guys, well, welcome to another Outpost live stream. We had some issues going on last month. That's the reason that we didn't have one, but we're back on track, hopefully. I do want to say that yesterday my cousin actually pulled out on the highway and was killed on impact. So just remember the family. Because they are getting ready for everything there. But anywho, is it raining in Tennessee right now? No, it actually rained probably the first half of the day, and then it quit.
And by the way, hey Ohio, hey Mountain City, hey Michigan, South Carolina, everyone. Oh, that got me down.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kristen.
So today I was actually working on the bedroom wiring, and what my plans are is to finish one of the bedrooms so that I can go ahead and move out there. I got about half my stuff moved out there already, and I'm going to get out there where I can be there early in the morning and late in the evening so I can get a whole lot more done. And I think it's going to kind of be fun being out there too, and it's going to be a whole lot like camping for a while, you know, but I'll just be camping on the inside. But anyway, Knoxville says hi. Well, hey, what up, Danny? He's not.
Howdy, K-Town.
Yeah, Missouri. That's cool. Trying to see how many went past.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. So, yeah, I was filming today, so you'll see that in a future video. But I've got all the wiring done. So what I've got left to do is put insulation in the wall. Then I got to finish the walls.
Thanks, Brian.
I'm going to have to at least do the floor and the insulation up overhead and the tongue and groove. That way that's all done, because I wouldn't want to just do the bottom and then be up top working, and I'd have to move all that stuff back out again. So try to finish that whole section from the floor to the roof so that I don't have to work overhead and clean anything up in there.
Hey, Australia.
Australia, Arkansas, Illinois. Wow.
Canada.
Look
Canada.
At Brent just put a bunch of squares.
I wonder who that guy Brent
No,
is.
it's an emoji.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Is it? Hey, California.
So somebody suggested that we need to nickname the outpost Wonkyville.
Hey, JoJo.
Because everything that I'm building up there is wonky. You know, it's cockeyed and sideways and stuff. But I'll tell you what, that's a lot more fun than building that cabin.
Algeria.
Yeah, how
Wow.
about that? Yeah, you know, I've been seeing a lot of comments by Kareem. We really appreciate that over there too. And Lafayette, Louisiana, I guess. Yeah.
North Dakota.
Somebody send me some food.
So, and they say
Thank you,
that
Kristen.
we need to call it the Looney Coop.
I'm
What?
not.
Oh,
That's true. Jennifer's not there, so we can't call it.
You can't call it the Looney Coop because I'm
Coop.
not there.
Hey, Kristen, thank you so much. She says, I like wonky.
Thank you, Barbara.
You know, somebody else suggested, and we really like these suggestions too, you know, but they said that I needed to make a tomato sandwich and put some real thick bologna on it and dress it all up and put cheese on it. That's a really sweet and nice idea, but I cannot stand cheese. So there won't be any cheese on my sandwiches.
That's not entirely true. He does like block cheese.
Extra sharp cheddar. Hey, Wisconsin.
That's true. I do like if the cheese is cold, but I don't like it on my sandwiches. Also had a comment. Somebody said, because I did plant 8 cantaloupe plants. They didn't have any watermelon plants. So I thought I would grow the cantaloupe for somebody else because I particularly don't really like cantaloupe. I don't like honeydew melons. I like watermelon, but they didn't have any at the time. So, but in order to get that bank with some, put some green in there, you know, and kind of get it covered up, I figured I'd go ahead and plant the cantaloupes because I know that other people eat them. So
Easy cheese, Brandon.
Jennifer.
I know. I was just thinking the same thing.
Huh?
Somebody wanted to know about cheese on your pizza, and I was thinking the same thing Patrick was. It has to be the easiest cheese. Like if there's 2 cups, it's only like a quarter.
Yeah, just enough to let the meat and the vegetables stick on there because I really do not like melted cheese. I'm just being honest. Let's see. So the chicken coop. You'll see in an upcoming video that the chicken coop is basically done. Okay. The only thing that I have left to do is to build the pen on the outside. And of course, that's going to be the walls, and it'll have to be a roof over the top so that, because we have 2 feral hawks that live in that area. We don't want them to be able to get in. And then possums and coons, they climb in. You know, the possums would eat the eggs and the coons would be after the chickens. So
I want a possum. Did you know that their paws are like our hands? That's why if you ever see them in the cold, you should pick them up and move them because their little paws get cold. I'm telling the truth.
But I've got all the nesting beds built. I've got the roosts built. I've got the little runway up there built. Barbara says she loves the coop.
You got a picture?
Put some wood chips on the bare dirt in your garden. Well, you know, last year I started the garden and I put some sawdust and mixed it in the dirt. But what I found out is that if it's fresh, sorry guys, if it's fresh, it will rob the nitrogen from the soil. So it has to be broken down. It has to be older to be able to put it on there. And I'm afraid about putting any type of wood around there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over into the hollow that's down beside the cabin. I'll probably take the tractor down there and I'm going to rake up a bunch of leaves and the duff that's laying in the woods because it's been there for a while. And I'm going to bring that up there and I will use that as mulch in the garden. And that will help keep the weeds down and it will help to keep the top of the ground moist and hold moisture in there. So that's what my plan is. I did start a couple of compost piles with the sawdust, but it's way too soon to be able to use it. So, yeah, that's what my plan is to be able to use just regular wood duff, you know, all that stuff, and use that on the garden. You know, back, I guess, from the beginning of time, chickens and ducks and dogs, cats, animals, you know, basically lived outside, right? And I can remember as I was growing up, we had a chicken house, you know, and even in the wintertime, you know, the chickens, they were doing fine. I had people wondering, was I going to put a heat lamp up there? No, I'm not putting a heat lamp up there, and I'm not going to put any radiant barrier up there either because, you know, chickens are used to living outside, so that's the way it's going to be. At least they won't have to be wet, though. They can be inside the chicken house, and it will offer some protection, you know, from blowing rain and wind and stuff like that, but they're not going to have a fireplace or anything out there. They're basically going to be raised for...
Sorry,
Smokey
guys.
Barked. I forgot where I was at. Where was I?
The
Chicken.
I was gonna say the chicken coop.
I forgot where I was at.
Well, Smokey barked, and it was all over from there.
Yeah, a lot of distractions going on here, guys.
Hey,
Um,
dear math, grow up and solve your own problems.
Dear math. Oh. Oh, the compost. Compost? No.
oh, I know what I was going to say. The chickens are going to be raised for the dinner table.
Yeah.
And
no heater in the chicken.
and for the eggs, because I do plan on getting probably between 20 and 30 of them, because I'm looking at trying to be, at some point, I can't be totally self-reliant and totally sustainable up there, but I can get really close to it. So I have to grow my own meat. KFC has diet chicken. Not interested in the diet part.
I love that. Phil, it says, why do we always tell an actor to break a leg? Because every play has to have a cast. Hey, what did the 0 say to the 8? That belt looks great on you.
Do you get it?
I get it.
Do you?
Yeah, I get it.
Oh, me.
Okay, anyway.
Okay. Lord, there's so many distractions going on here. Oh, and I've decided to go ahead and just use welded wire, or what we call hog panel. You got the cattle panel, which is the bigger squares. But I've got a lot of people saying that they have used the welded wire, and it has been sufficient. It's a 2-inch square by a 4-inch. So I don't think that anything could get in there that, that would bother the chickens that would actually be that small. So I figured maybe you're going to rent a room out. No, but I tell you what I am going to do. Well, I'll get to it later. I've got these things written down right here. I'll tell you what I'm going to do later on. But the welded wire will go around, and I'm not so sure. I can get away with using chicken wire on the top, because it's so small. If anything tried to walk, its legs would get stuck in there. I don't think anything would chew through it. So we'll just have to see. But that's what my plan is, because I want the chickens to be able to come and go. If the dog gets used to them, I'll let them out. But if he doesn't, and if he continues to want to play with them, they'll have to stay within their chicken pen and the chicken house. The chicken pen, I think I'm going to build it about 15-foot square. The house itself is an 8-foot square. I did plan on feeding them anyway, so I think that'll be sufficient. Let's see.
Thank you.
Hey, yeah, thank you so much.
We appreciate that. I don't know the name.
Hey, guys, when the Coop DeVille cabin ready, want to move in.
Thank you.
Oh, gosh, we have some really good people, don't we?
We do.
I already mentioned the sawdust for the garden. It robs the nitrogen.
You can check out one of our other videos.
I have to keep it off for at least, I think it's over a year that the sawdust has to be broken down that long.
Some people said that they didn't mean to mix it in. They just said lay it on top, or at least use it as your
I'm afraid it would try to pull it from the soil.
If you go back to one of our videos from last year, I'm not sure which one, there was evidence when we done that to the soil that the plants did not like it. So
the leaves and the natural duff that's in the woods is going to work good enough. Greenhouse in the future, am I going to have one? And also another comment, people are wanting to see a Hobbit greenhouse. They mentioned that Modern Self-Reliance built one. It looked like a Hobbit house, and I do watch that channel. There's probably not a whole lot of channels that are recommended that I don't watch. But I do have that in the future. It's probably not going to happen till next year, just like I didn't get the other 2 raised beds made. It was getting close to planting time, and I figured I would just go ahead and use the 3 plus that part of the flower garden that I got done. So yeah, I do plan on building 2 more over there behind the house, but it takes time. I'm kind of like the Lone Ranger up there, so I can only get so much done. But I still intend to build a couple more, and they'll probably be reserved for things like potatoes and stuff like that. What is it? Joke time?
Maybe, but
Yeah, here's
somebody
a good
wrote,
here's a good one. I have a good joke.
Huh?
I have a good joke. David actually has a good joke.
He likes cheese on his biscuit. He's seen you eat one that way.
No, he didn't. He did not see me eat no cheese biscuit.
What do you call a poor Santa Claus?
Wait.
Saint Nicholas. Okay. Anyway. Y'all, it's been too long.
When she comes off with those jokes, it just kills my brain waves.
Here's a good brainwave getter for you then. We do have something really special later on in our show today that we want to tell you about and share with you.
We got
we think that you'll really like it.
Yeah. Let's see. The earthen oven. When is that going to be built? I mentioned it last year. I don't know. That's a good question. When is a lot of this stuff going to get done? But right now I have the grill. Somebody said it would be neat to add a rocket stove. Well, I've got the rocket stove right beside the grill.
Well, somebody wants to know why you've not been using your rocket stove lately. It was one of the comments earlier, but I didn't want to bother you.
I didn't have anything that I needed to cook really quick. I made some coffee a couple of times recently, and I used the rocket stove for that. But I wasn't making anything that I needed it for. Mainly, I was cooking my eggs or bacon or something like that on that. But I do intend on, I've got to mill some more planks, because what I decided to do is use some of that slab wood and cover the side instead of just having those 4 posts there, and they're not long enough. So I'll use those somewhere else, maybe the steps for the chicken house. But I'm going to mill some planks that'll actually overhang a little bit so I can put slab wood around the bottom, because I think it would really make a nice effect, up there at the outdoor kitchen. But once I get those boards milled, then I can actually start on. So that may be a project that I kind of work on every now and then, kind of like the pin for the chicken coop. I started working on the house today because it was raining, and I'll just kind of wander back and forth. That way it kind of breaks up the videos. It's not just all cabin one day, or it's not just all this one day. Like I've been doing a little bit of gardening, a little bit of the chicken house, and a little bit of cooking and stuff. Honestly, I think it makes the videos more entertaining, because it's not so repetitious. But like when I was putting that siding up, I think I videoed 8 weeks of that. And I really felt bad about turning out that many videos on just siding every day, but I had to get the siding done, and I promised you guys videos. So, that's what they ended up being. I look for a word that starts with and ends with the same letter, but one has one letter in it. What's the word?
I was trying to think about that. Dad?
I don't know.
Let's sit down.
What music does Jehovah's Witness listen to? The Doors?
Sorry.
Oh. Okay, let's see. Where was I?
Right here.
Fruit trees. Yes, I'm getting solar. We're working on a power station right now that has a solar panel. It's also something that I could take over to my sister's and plug in for me to be able to move in over there. I do have lanterns and things like that, and it's going to be not getting dark till about 9 o'clock. And so probably what I'll do when I get up there, I'll be turning in, relatively early and getting up early. I'll still have time to edit videos and things like that. I'll probably have to drive over here to Jennifer's house to upload once a week. So I'll have to have videos ahead of time, and that's what I'm working on now. But yeah, you know, it's going to be a few more challenges thrown in along the way, but I think that they'll be doable. But let me get back to the fruit trees. The only fruit that I know that they grow here in this near vicinity right here on a large scale is apples. But I
make apple butter.
Yeah, I'm not really interested in trying to grow any fruit trees. I do want to get a cutting of my neighbor. He has some blackberries that are humongous. They're a hybrid, and I'd like to get a cutting and put those in somewhere. But we have all kinds of blackberries down there in the field. It won't be long, and they'll be coming out. But you know, fruit trees, I know that they would take some work, but I don't know about that. I haven't been too keen on fruit trees. Let's see. I already mentioned the extra raised beds and the Hobbit root cellar. Oh, something else that I've decided that I'm going to do is build a couple of campsites, probably on like a 12 by 12 pad with some sand and dirt mixture, you know, with like railroad ties or something to go on the border, but a nice 12 by 12 pad with its own fire ring. I'll try to put something down there. We might build another little outhouse that has a place to catch some water. And with the power station, we might be able to have, you know, rechargeable place for cell phones, you know. But I thought about doing this because we've been starting to get visitors coming by, and I thought, you know, it would be really cool if I had a couple of these sites. Now, they'd just be camping, like tent camping only. But if people wanted to come by and I hear you, and hang out for a day, for a week, whatever, you know, I could have a couple of sites down below the cabin in the hollow. If you guys are interested in coming and hanging out there, that you would have your own little place to do it. And, you know, I thought that would be really cool because we've got the area to do it with. So that's an idea that I've got that wouldn't take too much. Well, the outhouse would take a little bit to build, but the rest of it wouldn't be hard at all. But until then, I do have the compost toilet out there, you know, to be able to use. Let's see. So another big project that's coming up, and I don't know that I'm going to video this because it's going to be underneath the house. The floor would be to put the radiant barrier, staple it up on the bottom side of the floor joist. But I think I'm going to go ahead and run some of my piping in the cabin, in the kitchen, and in the bathroom before I do that. That way, when I roll that barrier out there, I know exactly where the hole's going to be. I can just cut it, put it, and just keep on going. That's another big project coming up. The chicken feeders, I still have enough to build those. And believe it or not, y'all seen all that wood that's been stacked up in one of the recent videos? That was 2 trailer loads.
That took 3 hours just for us to get the one trailer. 2
18-foot trailer loads. Well, guess what? There's still 2 or 3 more over there. I don't know where I'm going to put all the wood. I'm just going to have to dump it somewhere and build another shed. I've been thinking about possibly next year redoing that wood shed, but it looks like I'm going to have to make it bigger. So
that was 1 tree or 2?
2.
It's 2 trees.
So that looks like there's going to be a total of 4 or 5 18-foot trailer loads rounded over full of wood. Let's see.
No, John Boy, he doesn't.
What?
John Boy said you need Patrick. This Patrick needed to cut his hair like you. No, he doesn't. This one needs to grow his hair back out.
Hey, believe it or not, John Boy, I'm still looking for Billy. So, no, I used to cut my hair like that all the time.
This has got to go.
I really like it like this.
I used to cut it like that.
Also, there's a bunch of railroad ties over there that I'm going to get that are not rotted. Some of them were rotten that kind of used to be artificial type of a fence, you know, in front of the parsonage. But some of them rotted. They just decided to go ahead and take them all up. But some of them are still good. I'm going to take those over there and build a walkway from that little tiny house up to the outdoor kitchen, and I'm going to put gravel in between them. That way I don't have to walk in the mud in the wintertime, because in the wintertime it just stays muddy until spring. But then from the outdoor kitchen, I'll probably use regular timber, you know, that has fallen, and it's fairly straight. And I'll make a walkway from there up to the chicken house. So then I'll just have a nice walkway. I can put some gravel in there and never have to worry about getting off in the mud. Find some older folks that depend on firewood in the winter and donate some to them.
That is a good idea.
Yeah. Now this firewood, it is, it's kind of mediocre. It's not really a hardwood, and it's not really a softwood. It's kind of in between.
In between wood.
Right. So you need to kind of mix it with something else in order to have a long-lasting fire. But yeah, it's you know, it's going to have to season a while. But that's, you know, that's a project that I'll have to do every year, is gather firewood. And I was telling Jennifer, I said, it looks like every year I can depend on a full week's work, sun up, sundown, basically 5 or 6 days of doing nothing but cutting, hauling, and stacking firewood.
Let's go for wood.
John said you should cut yours also.
No, we got to have the top knot. Come on now.
John, it's almost 30 acres.
New comments.
Hey, Deidre.
Gopher wood? No, it's box elder. And when you look it up, box elder is kind of in the middle of the road.
Dead.
So you need to mix it with some hardwood for it to last a long time. I mean, it will burn. It'll burn hot, but it burns up quick. You know, we used to, when I was a kid, we would mix some green wood with some of our seasoned wood so that the fire would last longer, because once you got those coals hot, even the green wood would burn, but it would take it longer to burn.
He said box elder is a weed.
No, look up box elder. So, hey, guys, without any further ado, we've got a big surprise.
Well, hold on. So it's a box elder, maple, ash leaf maple.
Yeah, it's a member of the maple family.
Yeah. Box elder tree.
Yeah.
What? Oh, yes. We do have a drone, John.
Oh, he didn't mean that it was a real weed. He meant it grew like one.
Oh, well, I'll tell you what, it only grew like about 10 feet, and then it branched out. I don't know if they pruned it back or whatever, but it just did this number right here. And they had limbs, huge limbs, growing every which way. The one that was growing over the parsonage, and it was probably 40 to 50 feet away from the trunk, the main trunk, but it was growing over the parsonage. I had to pull it sideways, putting tension on it and cutting it slowly because I knew it was going to snap. And I got it cut about halfway, and it started snapping. And then I just went and got on the tractor, and I had the pastor, he finished sawing as I was pulling on it, and it pulled away, and it missed the roof about 1 foot. But that was the only one that, you know, that was under consideration as to, you know, doing any damage. But we got the rest of it down safely, so I'm thankful for that. Anywho, haven't seen any drone video. I've been putting some drone footage in probably within the last month. But yeah, I don't fly the drone a whole lot. It's a big setup. I have to use my phone. I have to break my phone down, put my phone in there. And I'm going to tell you what, on a sunny day, it's very hard to see where it's at on the phone because it's such a small screen. So it's very hard to see. I wished I had like an iPad to operate it with, but I don't. Are we going to see you?
Yeah, Patrick, are we going to see you?
You know, guys,
Probably
we're
not.
beginning to wonder. I talk to him all the time about it, and he just keeps saying, yeah. Oh, well. Anyway, Patrick.
Yeah.
You want to tell him about our big surprise?
I can get us into it. Well, guys, you know, when we first started this channel, and I feel like we say it a lot, but it does mean a whole lot to us. When we first started this channel, we didn't really know, you know, how this channel was going to, you know, change and adapt and all that stuff. And so we're just so appreciative and thankful, like, of your overwhelming support and everything that you've done to help us get where we are. And we came up with a really, really cool idea that I'm actually going to let my dad tell you about to continue moving this channel forward. No, I'm not, John Boy.
Well, here's the deal.
Patrick didn't want to have to tell you because he probably wouldn't say it as good as Dad could. So that's why Dad's laughing if you really want to know.
I kept telling him over a week, I said, Patrick, I'm going to let you do all this because I want him to feel like he's more of a part of this, right? Well, now he's throwing it back in my lap. So
I'm going to tell you what.
That's okay. So here's the deal, guys. We want you to continue to be a big part of this channel because, like he said, all of your support, all of the things that you guys do behind the scenes, sharing our videos and stuff like that. So we want you to continue to be able to do that. And as the channel grows, like I said, we want you to continue to be a big part of that. So here's what we have come up with. We had a chainsaw a while back that was donated to give away at 40,000 subscribers. All right. And I've shown that probably 4, 5, 6 times. And we're getting near 40,000. So once we hit 40,000, we're going to give that chainsaw away. Now, this doesn't have anything to do with our regular monthly giveaways because we continue to do that. That's how we started the channel, and we're just going to keep going with that. But these are kind of like milestone giveaways that we're talking about, okay? So at 40,000, we're going to give that chainsaw away, but we've decided to add another chainsaw with it, okay? So that's 2 chainsaws that we're going to give away when we hit 40,000 subscribers, plus our regular giveaways, okay? And then we came up with a cool idea that for every 10,000 subscribers, every milestone, every 10,000 that we grow, starting at 50,000, okay, we're going to up the giveaway $150. For example, when we reach 50,000, we're going to give away, we've already talked about this, we're going to give away $750 worth of camping equipment. I'm going to take my camping equipment that I've got, I'm going to set it up, the sleeping bag, the tent, the thermarest, little air mattress to go underneath the sleeping bag, the bush buddy, the axes, everything that I've got, I'm going to set it up, and we're going to give away $750 worth of camping equipment.
I'm just hoping I win.
Irene?
Yeah.
Irene did win last month, or the month before that.
Well, where did my stuff go to?
Well,
surely not the other Irene.
Your name is Jennifer.
No.
Irene did win it.
No.
She won the drill, didn't she, Patrick?
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
No,
Irene?
wait. Let me see. I think so.
So let me continue now. For 60,000, when we hit that milestone.
Yes, Irene won.
Man, Irene, you won and didn't get it.
We're going to give away a $900 bonus. At 70,000, it'll be 1,050, 80,000, 1,200, 90,000, 1,350, 100,000, 1,500. And we said one time that we're looking forward to giving away a tractor. Once we reach 100,000, we're going to give a tractor away. Okay?
No, million, not 100,000.
Not 1,000.
I meant a million. I meant a million. But anyway, guys, so
people got excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Woe back. He meant 1 million.
That's how we figured that, you know, because we know that you share the channel and stuff like that. So keep doing what you're doing. Share it with everybody that you can think about. Because honestly, I don't know anybody on YouTube that's doing this. So as we continue to grow, you can tell people that, you know, we're doing regular monthly giveaways. Plus, we're going to do milestone giveaways to make it so that you all are a big part of our channel, the way that you have been to help us get this far. And we want to reward you guys for doing that. And so that is the idea that we have come up with. So we hope that we think it's cool. We hope that you guys get excited about that too.
Irene's over here saying she can use a tractor too. Yeah, well, so can I, Irene. I'm Irene number 2.
Let's see. I was actually looking at the new John Deere's last week. Well, Kristen, once we reach 1 million, we may just be sending you one if we pull your name. But yeah, you know, those are big prizes, especially starting at right where we're at now. You know, it's like our first giveaway is you know, after this one that we do at 40,000 is a $750 giveaway, and it just keeps going up $150 after that. So, you know, of course, I didn't mention 110,000, 120, 130, 210, 220, 200. I didn't mention all those. They just keep climbing, folks. So we decided, like I said, $150 for every 10,000 that we grow. That way, everybody that subscribes is part of this channel and what it's doing and how it's growing. And it's not just all about us, it's about you too.
Thank you, Kristen.
Doesn't matter where you live.
Is Canada still exempt from receiving prizes?
I don't know what that's about, but it doesn't matter where you live.
Guys, you know, we have people from Argentina. We don't care what it costs to ship over there. If we pull your name, you're helping to support the channel. We'll see that it gets there. I sent some T-shirts to England. You know, I don't remember how much it was, but I didn't even think twice about it, you know, because here's the thing. If you do good, good is going to come back to you, regardless of what the price is. Don't worry about the price, okay? It's one of God's laws of the universe. You know, you plant an apple seed, you get an apple tree. You don't get an orange tree.
Somebody asked about the tools. By the way, if everyone, I don't know if you guys all follow it or not, we do have a second channel that's called Outpost Review. And someone asked about a video on some of the tools or a lot of the tools that we use. Yeah. We do have one there. I'm trying to figure out how. It was about 4 months ago. It's the corded versus cordless tool video. We have added some since then, but you can go watch that. It's on Outpost Review.
Are they?
And that will help answer some of your questions.
Other tools that we use?
Barbara, yes.
Yes.
I can do one. I can just get out all my tools and say, this is what I use this for, and this is what I use that for. Get a video on the tools you use and where you get them. Patrick's actually been buying all the cordless stuff. I bought a lot of mine, bought some from Harbor Freight, bought some from Lowe's, bought some from Home Depot, ordered a couple of them off of Amazon. I don't remember where they came from, but on the cordless tools, he looks at what has the highest reviews.
Typically.
And we go with that. We don't go with just one brand. It would be nice to do that. That way the batteries are all interchangeable. But one brand doesn't make all the best stuff. You know, one brand might make a good nailer where another brand makes a good drill. You know, so we want the good drill and we want the good nailer. You know,
it's like I'll give you one. I personally prefer Milwaukee stuff, but I will say I had a DeWalt battery powered flex volt hammer drill, and that is one of the best hammer drills made for sure.
So see, I've got several DeWalt products, and I've got several Milwaukee products. So I've got several batteries for both. So I don't need all of one type.
Yeah. Not the best way to do it for a lot of people, but I wanted to do that for him just so he could have a really, really good tool for whatever it is that he needed to do, because he was working with, we were working with 7x10 timbers, and you're drilling a 5/8 inch bit, a foot deep. You don't need something locking up on you.
Yeah. But some people, they favor one brand. I've owned several Fords and I've owned several Chevrolets. Right now, I've been buying Chevys. The only reason I didn't buy a Chevy in the early days is because I thought that the dash layout was ridiculous. That's the only reason that I liked the Ford's dash on the inside. But Chevy decided to change their dash layout, and I started going with Chevy. But it doesn't mean that I won't own another Ford. All right. But some people, they like all their tools and all their eggs in one basket. But
yep.
Anyway, let's see. Bosch makes a good ram drill. Yes. I've had some Bosch tool. Well, actually, I've got a Bosch router. Yeah, sure do.
You have a DeWalt one too, don't you?
And he's got a good daughter. Do y'all?
No.
She doesn't make enough appearances lately, does she? I can call her and I'll say, "What are you doing?" "I'm just laying here."
I've been working.
Kristen, does he do a lot of like heavy duty work or just like light duty work? Because I don't know all the brands, but I know Milwaukee, they do make a really good like 12-volt system. It's lightweight. I think DeWalt has something similar.
John said the sun is better, Jen. I said, no, John.
Kristen, tell him this. I was under the impression that in order to have power, I needed to have power tools. Okay. Patrick kept trying to tell me that they've changed the technology on the motors in the battery operated stuff, as well as the technology in the batteries. Some of those tools I can use 2 days. Average carpentry work, and they'll last full 2 days before I even have to take them home and charge them. And they have enough power to do the job. Now, if I was going to be using something all day long, like say I was going to be roofing, and I needed something all day long and I had to have a lot of power to do it, it would probably benefit me to go ahead and turn the generator on and use my power tool. But outside of some extraordinary job, the cordless is going to do exactly what he needs. But I will tell you this, they cost about twice as much. Okay. So that's the convenience of them, though, is I don't have to turn the generator on. You've been watching me build a house recently from the floor joist, actually, all up to the point where I'm at now with doing nothing but using battery-powered tools. And so I didn't have to climb down, turn the generator on, climb back up, do my work, climb back down, turn it off, get prepped and ready again, go turn it on, climb back up. That saved me a whole lot because I could actually take the tool up there with me. I didn't have a cord hanging off the end of it, and I didn't have to start the generator. So there's some pros that go along with the battery operated tools, especially since they've changed the technology on them.
That's true, Paco. Get brushless.
Yeah, I've got several brushless tools.
Yeah.
Skill saw?
Is my skill saw?
Are you talking about the skill saw brand, Kristen, or are you talking about skill saw like in terms of the general name of the circle saw?
Thank you, Duke.
The heavy duty work just to comment on that, it does. I mean, it doesn't matter what brand you go with. Heavy duty work, typically you're going to end up using their larger format batteries, and they're going to be a lot more, not just more heavy duty and last longer and give you more, power, but it's going to be a significantly heavier on the for the weight. Yeah, skill saw. They make, huh?
Pops is on here. Tell him hi.
What are you talking about?
Hops is on here. He didn't comment, but he's watching.
What up?
She's talking about the weight of the skill.
Yes, Jeff. The Milwaukee framing nailer that I got him,
11 pounds.
It is heavier, but they've come a long way for sure. DeWalt makes a good one.
Review on YouTube, the DeWalt nailer versus the Milwaukee, and the Milwaukee outperformed it.
But the Pazload makes a good nailer. It's significantly, it's a different technology, but it's good nailers. I mean, they make really good hoseless stuff now.
Hey, Carlos. Hey, Daniel. You missed my giggles. Oh, me.
Speaking on the brushless thing, though, real quick, I did, again, just because, not to keep talking about Milwaukee, but I wanted to get him a Milwaukee planer. You've seen him use the DeWalt planer, but they didn't make a brushless one at the time. I don't know why they haven't updated it. And so it came down between the Makita one, which was actually going to be the original purchase, but it was more expensive at the time than the DeWalt one. And the DeWalt one was doing more than enough for what he needed it for. So that's why we bought the DeWalt planer. And he already had a battery, I believe, I'm trying to remember which one I bought first, the planer or the angle grinder.
You bought the angle grinder.
The angle grinder first. So then when I got the planer, he already had a battery that would work with it. And I got the DeWalt angle grinder because of everyone's reviews on it.
I'll tell you guys something. I am a big fan of Makita.
Makita's awesome.
Before I got divorced, I had probably every Makita tool to build a house. And of course, when I got divorced, I lost them all. But I really am a big fan of Makita. But yet I've still got Milwaukee and I've still got DeWalt. So like we say that, some company makes a good this and some company makes a good that. Patrick, are you making lanterns or light for Richard's cabin?
Yeah.
I've mentioned that to him a half a dozen times. Yeah.
I will say Makita, just to go off, I don't mean to interrupt you. Makita makes a very good middle of the road. Almost nothing that they make is bad. I mean, most companies don't make bad things, but Makita in general makes, like, they may not be the most powerful or the fastest, but they're very, very consistent.
Yeah, they're very good quality.
Like DeWalt. Go ahead.
I had a Makita skill saw that I had probably 25 years and had to replace the brushes the first time in them. And then I can't remember what happened to it. Anyway, so I needed something really quick. And so I just ran down and bought a Milwaukee corded skill saw, and I used that. I've still got the Makita, but it built a whole house. It built another chicken coop. It remodeled a cabin. It remodeled a business locally. It did a whole lot, believe me.
Somebody said that they liked how you use the branches on to finish off the corners of the chicken house.
Well, it's just for looks. Not that it really needs any support, but it was just for looks. And so I just ran out to the woods and cut me some limbs off that looked a little wonky. And, the thing about doing wonky stuff, it takes probably twice as long because it's not all straight and true. So it took me a little while to figure out the angles and get them cut right to go in there. But, you know, I do like the aesthetics that it gives the chicken house.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, those are a lot of fun. Been a plumber for 43 years and used rigid tools, but switched to Milwaukee in the last 10. They've never let me down. Also, sticking to one brand makes it easier to change out my batteries. Yeah, that's what
batteries.
That's what we just talked about. But
yeah,
I've got several tools in each line, so I've got several batteries to back up.
You'll notice he mentioned that he had a Makita skill saw or circle saw, and then he ended up getting a corded Milwaukee circle saw, and it kept. How many Milwaukee corded saws did you buy?
I had to get 2. The first one I had to take back because the frame was bent. It was cutting on a 3-degree angle, even when it was set at 0. So I took it back and I got one, and it cuts true.
I thought it was
just a factory defect. No.
So then he was going to be, what were you going to be? You were working on some kind of project, and I wanted you to have a battery powered circle saw, but there was no Home Depot. We've told this story before. There was no Home Depot where he's at. So since he was next to Lowe's, I knew that the next best thing besides getting a Milwaukee one, which I wanted to get him, we got the Matebo. I'm gonna talk. Hey, Milwaukee needs it. Come on.
I'm reading the comment, and I'm not laughing at you.
Milwaukee needs to sponsor us because I like that drill. Isn't that a power drill? Or what's that drill?
Impact driver.
That impact driver can impact, honey.
Do we fight over who gets to debark the logs?
Yeah, sometimes.
No, it's not finished yet. I will show you a picture. Can I show him a picture?
Yeah, I don't care.
Okay.
The coop is finished. The chicken pen is not.
Yes, we have one puppy there, and the other one's over here. He had surgery yesterday.
Can you see that? That's the inside right there, guys.
You want to explain to them what's what?
These are the chicken.
They can't see your hand. Yeah. Dad's over here reaching and talking.
The chicken roosts.
Here, this.
That is the nesting bins.
This.
That is the plank that they walk up, and then the roosts are up on top. Right.
I seen something that had a bicycle tire.
Where can I find that debarking tool? It's called a draw knife.
Well, if you come right up to Smoky Mountain Outpost,
you can find it on Amazon. Just check out draw knife. Okay, that right there is a look at the plank and the chicken roosts. Okay.
How many of y'all want to see me get chased by a chicken? I'm sure it'll happen because I'm gonna be running.
Another thing, I'd like to get a couple of peacocks once I get moved in up there, because they make the best watchdogs. Had a couple, and I've still got the peacock feathers. You'll probably see those in the cabin that we had. Probably those peacocks died 30 years ago or more, 40, 30.
They were always around the property.
I still got the feathers. Any Amish area will have draw knives. Yeah, probably. The chicken house is one of my
the most beautiful that he's seen. He's like, thank you.
Thank you.
What did the surgeon say to the patient who wanted to close his own incision?
Who knows?
They do. Huh? They say what?
Suit yourself.
Oh.
Suture?
Yes, they do.
And they shake their tails.
Well, they scream when something comes up there. But I'll tell you, the worst fowl, and I don't want them anywhere near my property, are guineas. I do not want a bunch of guineas. We had those when I was growing up, and they constantly chattering. That just drives me insane.
John Boy, yes, they will be on MTV Cribs.
No.
Far from.
Will you be able to gather your eggs from the outside of the coop? Where are my contacts?
Sailor Sam, I don't know. Never heard of that.
Dad,
What?
will you be able to gather your eggs from the outside of the coop?
I'll be up your way Halloween weekend. You know, you guys send us an email if you're going to be in the area, and then we can go from there. Don't make any comments because we don't want any information like that public knowledge. But if you want to come up, swing by there like we've had several guests, you know, send us an email when you're going to be by there, and then we'll share with you information on how to get in touch with us, and, you know, we go from there. But that's the reason that I decided to make those 2 campsites, is because we're starting to get people that want to come over there and hang out and do things and, you know, swing by there. So, you know, why camp out somewhere else when you can camp out there? You know, we're not charging you anything for it.
Hey, Sailor Sam, 2 hours. I looked it up.
Peacocks will make for bad neighbors.
Nah.
Not my neighbors.
He is gonna. I've tried to talk him into getting a goat. Yes, we are near Tellico Plains, Tennessee. Yes.
TTI own both Rigid and Milwaukee. Hey, I learned something yesterday.
Mexico.
I can share with you. Ryobi makes the Walmart version of Hart tools. There you go.
I just looked it up because I did some research on that before as well. They also own Ryobi as well.
Kristen, I don't like mushrooms. Sorry.
Howard,
I don't like mushrooms. I don't like okra, squash, eggplant, any of that kind of stuff. I'm real simple. I don't like melted cheese. So
Stanley Black & Decker also owns Craftsman.
Guess what? I don't own none of them. I had to. They were owning everything.
We talked about doing a big tool giveaway. And, you know, we could do that once we approach, because they're so expensive. We could do that once we approach the $1,000 or $1,500 mark, Patrick, is do a big tool giveaway like that angle grinder and the skill saw. And
some of these tools, I mean, it may seem like it's just a single tool, but that framing nailer easily, I mean, if you just buy it by itself, it's like, you know, with the battery charger bag and all that, it's like $450. So, you know, when we do a tool giveaway, because that wasn't really like it was, you know, a lot on the money side, but it wasn't like a whole lot as far as like making something like a nice package deal. So
here's the thing. If I could get it in my backpack, hike up to the top of the mountain, I've got a skill saw that's operable, and I didn't have to drag the generator along with it.
Yeah.
You see? And it would last and last and last. That battery lasts a long time.
Yes, Keith, if you'll go look at DeWalt tools and Craftsman tools, their impact drivers look almost identical.
Bought a Husqvarna at Lowe's, had it serviced. Not a Husky.
It's a pollen. Is that a joke?
Did you mean Poland? It's a pollen.
I'm confused.
You know, there was this one hillbilly. He went to Lowe's and he bought a chainsaw, right? And the guy, well, he went in there and the guy asked him what he was looking for. He said, "I'm looking for something to cut wood with." And so he took him back there and he said, "Well, now with this right here, you can cut all kinds of wood." So he bought the chainsaw, right? Well, he brought it back in. He said it wouldn't work right. And he said, "I want one that'll work." So they didn't ask any questions. They just gave him another one. He took it back and he brought it back again. And he said, "This one wouldn't work either." The guy says, "Well, I don't understand." And he poured a little gas in it and he pulled the chain, fired it up. And the hillbilly said, "Well, I didn't know it would do that." You need to laugh.
I was over here.
I wasn't listening.
I was over here thinking about this. about how a taco says grace.
Well, hey, Doug from California. Good to have you.
Let us pray.
Okay, real quick.
Thank you for loving us and supporting us and telling all your friends and family about us. Honestly, when my dad started this channel, I'm going to be completely honest. I thought, man, what's he thinking? Like, seriously? And, you know, I didn't like to talk on the channel. Then came last year, and now I tell jokes, and now I love to talk. But honestly, you guys, without you all and your support, he wouldn't be where he is now. So every day that he wakes up, he is so thankful, as both Patrick and I are, that you support us. And they want me to hush, so I'll hush.
No, it's okay. But in saying that, like I said, you know, for those who have just joined, you know, we wanted to continue to enjoy being a part of our channel, and we wanted to start creating, in addition to our regular monthly giveaways, some milestone giveaways, which if you want to go back through that list that you have, Dad, just for the people who are joining.
Right. Yeah, if you just came on here, we want you to be a part of the growth of our channel. So we've come up with an idea that we think that's going to be exciting, not only for us, but for you guys too. We appreciate you telling all your friends. Keep doing that. Tell your neighbors, the people you work with, everybody, helping us to grow the channel. So here's what we're going to do. We've got the next milestone is 40,000 people. We had a chainsaw that was donated. We're going to give away at 40,000 a nice steel chainsaw. But what we're going to do is we're going to add a second chainsaw with it. Now, this doesn't have anything to do with our regular giveaways. These are milestone giveaways. So we're going to give away 2 chainsaws at 40,000 plus our regular giveaways. And we decided for every 10,000 subscribers that we grow from here on out, we're going to up the milestone giveaways $150. So what we'll do, for example, once we reach 50,000, that's where we're starting, we're going to do a $750 giveaway. And basically, we've already said we're going to give away $750 worth of camping equipment. At 60,000, we'll do a $900 giveaway. 70,000, we'll do a $1,050 giveaway. 80,000, we'll do a $1,200 giveaway. Right up to 100,000, it'll be a $1,500 giveaway. And it just keeps growing for every 10,000. Once we reach 1 million, we'll have enough that we can, we're going to be giving away a tractor, okay? Or it could be a car. I think everybody would want to have a tractor. Probably everybody's got a car. But this way, you know, you guys can continue to be part of our channel too, because it's not just all about us. Like Jennifer was saying, if it hadn't been for you guys, you know, we wouldn't be anywhere. So we want to continue that support. But now this is not including our regular giveaways that we give away every month. We're going to continue to do that. These are just added giveaways, basically milestone giveaways. So if you just joined in, that was our big surprise. You'll have to go back and watch the live stream to get everything else, because we have to shut it down here. But we're going to try to keep these at an hour now, guys.
Yeah, and something's going on. The computer's not charging, and it's about to break.
Somebody said I could use a tractor to pull my truck around.
Yeah. Okay, Jennifer's got 5% left on the computer. So, guys, we get over here, Jennifer.
Yeah, it's not working.
We appreciate all of your support. We're always talking about what we can do for you guys behind the scenes.
Somebody wants to see Smokey. I have 2 seconds.
Anyway, we want to thank you for that again. I know I say it on every video because I feel it's important. Also, besides you guys, we want to give God the glory for helping us to grow this channel and helping us to get as far as we have, because without him, this wouldn't be possible. You guys wouldn't even be possible if it wasn't for him. So she went down there to get the beast. Hey, don't knock the computer over.
Like he knows. Come here, buddy.
Come here.
Up here.
Hey, come here.
Go.
Come here. Come here. Come here. Get up here. Come here.
He says, I've been told not to get on the couch.
Come here.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. There he is. There's the beast in all of his glory. Okay?
Yes.
Smokey says hi. Yeah, there he is. What are you doing?
Hey.
All right, y'all.
Hey, do you love them? You want to speak? Do you want a treat? Tell them you love them. Tell the followers. No.
Okay.
Get him back up there.
All right. No.
Here.
No.
Tell the followers you love them.
No.
Speak.
Jennifer, no. He's going to be all over the place.
Speak.
Please.
Speak.
Okay, guys.
Speak.
We're out of here. All right.
Good boy.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Love you guys.
See y'all.
Bye.
Have a good afternoon.